In a world that's increasingly bizarre, one question remains. What's really going on? Join us on The Daily Absurd as we delve into the strange corners of reality, exploring the stories that make you scratch your head and say, is this real life?
So a millionaire dies and leaves his fortune to the Toronto one with the most kids. Sounds like the premise for a really bizarre reality show, right?
Exactly. But this wasn't some modern-day spectacle. This happened in the 1920s and 30s.
Right. And it wasn't just a reality show. It was a full-blown social experiment.
A baby-making competition, essentially. Talk about high stakes.
High stakes indeed. I wonder what the psychological impact was on the participants. The whole will was a bit of a prank, wasn't it? Leaving his brewery stock to prohibitionist ministers? Genius.
Absolutely. It was less about the money and more about the sheer absurdity of it all. He clearly enjoyed a good joke.
And the Jamaican vacation home to 3 lawyers who hated each other? That's some next-level trolling.
He was a master of chaos, that's for sure. I bet he's still laughing from beyond the grave.
I'd love to see the faces of those lawyers when they read that clause. So tell me more about this great store derby. Was it as chaotic as it sounds?
Oh, it was utter pandemonium. Newspapers were obsessed, following pregnant women around like paparazzi.
Wow. Can you imagine the pressure on those women? The media frenzy must have been intense.
It was a pressure cooker, the stakes were incredibly high, and the public was completely captivated.
And the legal battles that followed? It must have been a nightmare for everyone involved. The will was challenged, right? People questioned its legality.
Absolutely. There were questions about public policy, morality, and even Millar's sanity.
Did anyone argue that it was encouraging irresponsible behavior?
Definitely. Some saw it as promoting reckless procreation without regard for the children's well-being.
But ultimately, the will stood. What does that say about the legal system at the time? So who won this crazy competition?
There was a 4-way tie. 4 women each had 9 children.
9 children. That's a lot of diapers.
And a lot of responsibility. I wonder what their lives were like after the win.
Did the money change their lives significantly? Looking back, what's the lasting legacy of Charles Vance Miller and his will?
It's a fascinating case study in human behavior, legal battles, and social commentary.
It's a story that's still talked about today. It's a testament to how bizarre and unpredictable life can be.
And it's a reminder that sometimes the most memorable events are the ones that are completely unexpected.
It's certainly a conversation starter. Do you think Millar anticipated the scale of the reaction?
I doubt it. I think he underestimated the public's fascination with the bizarre.
It's a testament to his eccentric nature. He certainly knew how to create a spectacle.
He was a true original, a man who lived life on his own terms.
And left behind a legacy that continues to fascinate and intrigue. Was the experiment a success or a failure? Could it achieve what Millar intended?
That's a tough question. It certainly achieved notoriety, but whether it served a higher purpose is debatable.
Right. It certainly sparked a lot of discussion about societal values and the role of money.
And it raised questions about the ethics of such a contest.
It's a complex issue with no easy answers. Does the story have any relevance today? Are there any modern parallels?
Absolutely. We still see people driven by the pursuit of wealth, sometimes to extreme lengths.
Yeah. Reality TV shows often exploit similar themes, albeit in a more sanitized way.
The desire for fame and fortune remains a powerful motivator.
And the media's role in amplifying these stories hasn't changed much. What are your thoughts on the ethical implications of Millar's actions?
It's a complex ethical dilemma. It raises questions about individual autonomy and societal responsibility.
Was it exploitative? Did it prioritize wealth over human well-being?
Those are valid criticisms. It's a story that invites ethical reflection.
It's a story that forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about human nature. That was a great discussion. Thanks for sharing your insights. It's clear that Charles Vance Miller's will continues to spark debate and fascination even today.
Thanks for listening to The Daily Absurd. If you enjoyed the ride, make sure to like, subscribe, and share the absurdity. See you next time.